Welcome, everybody, to this session of the AgrAbility National Training Workshop
Yeah.
Encore webinar series. My name is Paul Jones. I manage the National AgrAbility Project, which is at Purdue University. And our topic today is low vision smartphone assistive technology.
See it. Flip the camera.
Michael, you might want to mute for just a second.
Okay.
Our presenters today, Ned Stoller, who works with both the National AgrAbility Project and Michigan AgrAbility, and also Jason Barber, who's a farmer from Tennessee. He's being assisted by Michael Lamb. Some of you may not be familiar with AgrAbility. We are sponsored by the U.S. Department of Agriculture through the National Institute of Food and Agriculture. We focus on helping people in agriculture that have virtually any type of disability or functional limitation. Every one of the AgrAbility projects around the country is a partnership between a land-grant university and at least one nonprofit disability services organization. Currently, there are 21 state AgrAbility projects, in addition to the National AgrAbility Project, again, that is at Purdue University through the Breaking New Ground Resource Center. Our partners on that National AgrAbility grant currently include Goodwill of the Finger Lakes and Washington State University. If you want more information about AgrAbility, you can check out agrability.org, where we also have approximately 170 archived webinars you can view at your convenience. We do appreciate the funding sponsorship of the National Institute of Food and Agriculture. We do note that grant number on this slide. Our presenters today, Ned Stoller has a BS in Agricultural and Biological Engineering from Purdue University and is a RESNA certified rehabilitation engineering technologist and assistive technology professional. He is an agricultural engineering consultant for Michigan AgrAbility, National AgrAbility, Michigan Rehabilitation Services, and Fulfilling Life Ministries. Since beginning his assistive technology career at Purdue University in 1998, Ned's mission has been to encourage people with disabilities that they are loved by God and have great value and can find dignity in work. Jason Barber, also known as Duck, is a legally blind cattle farmer with retinitis pigmentosa from southern Middle Tennessee. He has lived and worked on his family farm his whole life, and he now owns and operates the 100-plus acre farm. Along with the farming operation, he is also assistant chief at his local volunteer fire department, with which he has been involved for nearly 42 years. Through his long involvement with the fire service, Jason has developed a knack to communicate with and educate people. He has also been involved with AgrAbility since the fall of 2018. At this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I believe, Ned, are you going to be speaking first? If so, you're muted.
I am going to just welcome Jason and Michael and have them kick this off. We have three different assistive technologies that we are going to be looking at today.
Hello, everybody. Jason Duck Barber here with my friend Michael. He's going to be running the camera for me. As far as I know, this is going to be the first real test run of a live farm visit here on the farm. So we may have some camera difficulties. So bear with me. We're going to try to do an audio description as well as give you more of a video aspect of what we're doing. So we may have to flip the phone one way or another. If there's any difficulties or someone has any issues or can't see something, by all means, let us know so we can make appropriate changes to see what we need to make it possible.
And right now, we're not seeing your video at all.
Can you turn the video on?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Now it's got us. So you want me to flip the camera around?
Flip it. Yeah. Did it flip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I got you.
We was having some difficulties figuring out how to flip the camera. So, all right.
Are we going to do
just,
way around first, Jason?
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. If everybody wants to keep watching the chat, I'll be putting some comments in there and like websites for where you can find things that Jason's talking about. So listen to Jason, watch what he has to say, and take note of the chat.
Rescanned item.
Oh, I got the terminal.
So the
All right. Once again, I thank everybody for being part of this. And like I said, I apologize for any hiccups or glitches we may have, but this is what you deal with farm life in Middle Tennessee. It's about 15 minutes ago, it was about 100 degrees heat index here. So I've been wrestling with these livestock trying to get them up. What I'm going to demonstrate first, we've got 3 different technologies that I'm going to try to do the best I can to give you a audible and visual demonstration of what we're doing. First one I'm going to be using is a way around application. Then we'll transfer into the Be My Eyes application, and hopefully I'll have a brief touch on AI with ChatGPT. So first off, the way around application, it operates more or less off a small computer chip, which believe it or not, that is a computer chip. It's called NFC, near field communications, meaning you have to actually touch it to your device to read it. A lot of if you've had a hotel before, sure, you've got the key that goes in, you slide it in, slide it out, unlock the room. That's an NFC tag. Operates the same principle. But with this, you can put pretty much an infinite amount of information on it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to put this on the screen. I'm going to set up my first way tag. I've got an animal here. I've got in my head catch, my cow here. And I've already put a tag on its ear tag so we can get a better demonstration of that. So what I'm going to do here is if any of you have the Way Around app already installed, and a lot of times you have to register it. It's been so long since I've done that. There's probably some videos out there that can demonstrate how to do that. So I'm going to try to step through this. It's so hot and I don't want to get my animals no more stress than I can help. I've opened up the Way Around tag.
Description. Double tap to create way tag.
I've got to create a way tag.
Additional items on this screen.
All right, on the first.
Create way tag. Way link connected. Way cloud connected. Enter the text you want written to the way tag.
When it says enter the information you want read or written to the tag, on this initial field, this is going to be everything you want the Way Around to read out on your initial scan. If you want to put 10 lines, it's going to read everything. If you just want to put one number, it's going to read everything. But for this demonstration, this is what I'll put.
Enter the create way tag. Enter the text you want written to the way tag. Insertion point at redictate.
Number 93, black cow, has number 36, black and white calf, steer, born November 14th.
Inserted number 93 black cow has number 36 black and white calf steer born November 14.
Okay, that's what, when I do a scan on the initial read, it's going to read all of that information to me. For me, a lot of times, that's exactly what I want to know. I don't need to know a lot of detailed information. Now, the beauty part about Way Around, you can actually create different fields to enter in different information, and you can get as specific as you want. I'm only going to do about 3 different examples just to make this as quick as possible. So what we'll do is
create way tag.
I have to flip through, single flick.
Tag. Disk way link connected. Way cloud connect multi-line text template. Description.
Template.
Activating the cleaning.
Now with template, it gives you a lot of preset templates you can use for a variety of different features.
Business card, cleaning supply, clothing care, custom button.
I'm going to choose custom because I'm going to create my own special tag.
Custom heading level 2.
Now,
add a custom block.
I flip through custom block. This is where we begin the customization of your own presets.
Choose a block type. Menu.
The block type for this particular section is going to be a text. It's going to have all my text information.
Text. Description. Double tag. Text label. Enter a label. Multi-line text. Insertion point at end.
Now what I'm going to do is whatever name I want for this particular field. For this one, I'm going to have vaccination date.
Return. Dictate.
Vaccination date. You 2-finger double tap. Then I'm going to flick through.
Dictate. Double text. Enter the text. Add a block. Descriptive text. Enter the text. Multi-line text. Insertion point at reach. Dictate. Dictate.
The vaccination date.
Dictate. Dictate.
June 14th, 2025.
Inserted June 14, 2025.
All right, then I'm going to create a different one.
Number 93 template. Custom. Add a custom block. Description. Double tap to add text label. Back text. June. Add a block. Description.
I want to add a new block.
Time. A. This text.
Text again.
Text label. Enter a label. Multi-line text field. Double insertion point at end.
For this one,
Dictate.
this will be going to be the different types of medication.
Double tap. Dictate. Dictate. Dictate.
Medication type.
Inserted medication type.
All right.
Medication text. Enter the text.
And this is where I'll enter in the type of medication that I gave my animal.
Dictate.
Penicillin, comma, black leg, comma, pink eye, comma, fly tag.
Inserted penicillin. Black leg. Pink eye. Fly tag.
Okay, I've got that field completed.
Block act number 93. Block template. Custom. Add a custom text label. Text. Add a block. Block actions. Description. Text label. Medication type. Text. Penicillin.
There, I'm
Black
doing
leg,
just doing a review.
block. Description.
I'm going to add my last block here.
Description. Double tap to choose a email. Date. Text. Description.
This will be text.
Label. Enter a label. Multi-line text field. Vaccination. Text. Add a block. Description. Double tap to add a new block actions. Description. Double tap. Text label. Medication type. Text. Penicillin. Add a block. Description. Double tap to add a new block just below this text block. Block actions. Description. Text label. Enter a label. Multi-line text field. Insertion point. Dictate. Dictate.
Animal location.
Inserted animal location. Penicillin. Add a block. Block actions. This text label. Animal location. Text. Enter the text. Multi-line insertion point. Dictate.
Northwest corner pond field.
Inserted northwest corner pond field.
Okay, now that's got all my fields entered in the information that I want. There again, you can just continually add different fields for as detailed of information you want. In fact, once you write the tag, you can go back in and edit. Say, for instance, I wanted another round of vaccinations. You simply go in, go to another block type, enter the text, and then you can add newest vaccination records. That's which time you can add the date, you can add whatever medicine you got, and such as that. So now that I have my information programmed into the actual application, now I have to put it to this tag right here. And what I'll do is
Return. Emoji. Tap and write. Description. Double tap.
I'll write.
Ready to write. Hold the way link on the way tag until you see or hear. Success. Way tag written. Or the phone vibrates.
All right. Now what I'm going to use with the iPhones, each phone has a NFC reader in the phone. You can use the phone. With iPhones, you actually have to, every time you read an animal, you have to tap read and read the tag. But with Way Around, it actually has what they call a way link. You probably thought I was reaching in my pocket for a pack of cigarettes, but seriously, this is nothing but a digital reader. And once you get this set up in your phone, you can just walk along and touch the tag. So I'm going to hopefully write the information to this tag.
Create weight tag. Description. Swipe right to hear additional items on this screen. Heading level 1. Number 22 red cow with red and white face has number 32 red steer calf born November 14, 2024. Heading.
Okay, I just put all that information on this particular tag. Now, what I want to do is I want to transfer that information to the tag on the animal's ear. And if you can see here, she's got a number 93, and on the very back of her tag, I have one of those NFC tags stuck to it.
Location. Scanner ready to description. Header. Create. Description. Button. Button.
All right, let's see if it'll write it. Hopefully. Hey, girl. We'll have to transfer it, I think. Hang on here. Let me put my phone where I can see here.
Capture. Scanner ready to read a tag. Hold the way link. Scanner ready to read a tag. Hold the way link on top of the way tag until the phone vibrates.
I've never transferred. That's the reason I was trying to.
Create. Description. Button. Animal location. North medication vaccination number 22 red settings. Desperate weight settings. Number 20 vaccination date medication type. Penicillin. Pink eye. Fly tag.
I'll have Michael hold my phone here just a second, see if you can do both of them, right? We're going to try this here. All ma'am. The phone back here, Mike. Thank you.
Edit button. Edit. Description. Double tap to edit. To the number 32 red cow with red and white face has number 32 red steer cat for November 14.
I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but it actually read. I'll try it again. I'm going to take the weight reader. And I'm not even looking. I'm having to do it all by feel. I feel her ear.
Number 22 with red and white has number 32 red steer calf born November 14, 2024. Heading.
I merely touched the animal's ear and that read it. Now, if I want to know the information that was on there,
Vaccination date number 22 red cow with red and white face.
this is an old tag that I've got, but just to give you a good example.
2024. Heading. Way around. Description.
This was
Link connected.
old information, but
Medication type. Penicillin. Pink eye. Fly tag. Black leg. 2 of 4. Animal location. Northwest Pondfield. 3 of 4. Medicaid vaccination date. June 14, 2025. List start. 1 of 4.
so as you can see, I've got all that information there strictly by just touching the animal's ear. It's that simple. With the way link, there again, I'll do another quick read. Anyway, hang on here. Hang on here, Bessie.
Number 22 red cow with red and white face has
It worked just like that.
November 14, 2024. Heading.
I had to use a different tag.
Vaccination date. June 14, 2025. List start. 1 of 4. Medication type. Penicillin. Pink eye. Fly tag. Black leg. 2 of 4. Animal location. Northwest Pondfield. 3 of 4. Calf to be sold. August 15, 2025. 4 of 4.
Like I said, you can continue. And what I try to do whenever I finally get all this implemented, with this tag here, I have an alleyway down through here. I don't know if you can actually see it or not, but I can literally walk down through there and take the way link and reach in to the cow's ear and read each cow, and I don't have to actually catch them in the head shoot. So it gives you a little more flexibility as far as that. That gives you about the best description I can give you real time. If there's any questions, or Ned, if you've got anything you want to add or have me elaborate more on, feel free to let me know.
I've been answering questions here in the chat, and I think it's going good. I have one question. Could you put the same information onto 2 different way tags so that if one of them gets lost, like if the cow loses her ear tag, you could just have another one in the background ready to use?
As a backup plan, yes. And what I had always, if I ever finally get this implemented, what I would do is have me a little folder, a notepad folder with pages in it. And you could, if you needed to, you could have someone handwrite the information, but also stick one of those tags on each of your folder note cards and simply flip through. And if you do that, especially, you could even type it in on a computer and print them out. That way,
Yeah.
2 options here. You have the digital version that, yes, you can transfer each information and write. Say, for instance, if I had one tag programmed, best I know, I haven't tried it, but it should work.
Yep.
I can take the same information, read it to another tag, and then stick it in that notebook and then
Yep.
type it in. And that way, if you want to know what that's, of course, being visually impaired, if you got a notebook with writing in it, you can't see it, obviously. But
Yep.
especially if it's typed, you can open up your notebook. Okay, what does that say? Well, then you open up one of the other applications, the Seeing AI, the Be My Eyes, and let it read the text. And it will say number 93 tag. Well, you know that's the one you need. So simply you scan it, take that information, and you should be able to transfer it to another tag.
That way, if she loses her ear tag like they do sometimes, you wouldn't
That's
be
right.
complete out of all that effort.
Gives
So,
you something
okay.
to say.
Very, very good. Let's move on. You want to do Be My Eyes next?
Sure. I want to let this girl out here so she don't get too stressed out. Mike, if you'll, we'll cut the camera off just for a minute, and then Ned, if you got anybody that wants to answer any questions, I'll do this right quick.
And if you all want to, I can.
Start the video now. Okay. I'll stay right here.
You can take a look at my camera, and I've got 3 different items. I've got a wrench here with the way tag on it. Sorry, I turned my volume down because I didn't want noise. Try again.
11/16 French brown toolbox top drawer.
So I've just got, you can get way tags that are like buttons like this that you can put on clothing. You can put them on wrenches. They come as clips. They come as stickers. Like here, you can see I put the sticker on this medicine box.
L200 antibiotic 4.5 cc per 100 pound cattle.
So these are just really good, useful things that you can put these tags or clips or stickers on anything around the house. If you go to wayaround.com, you can buy different packages of different types of the way tags. And it was like their starter pack was $15. So yeah, wayaround.com is good to check out there. I think we got Jason back here. And the
Yep.
next one we're going to look at is Be My Eyes.
Yeah, with the Be My Eyes, for years, it was known as a volunteer-based application, meaning if I needed to know information, say if I went to a grocery store and wanted to know what was on a shelf and I was looking for a box of cereal, I was actually open the Be My Eyes, call a volunteer. They would tap into your camera and then you could simply display and they would tell you what they see in front of you. But by the last year, they've implemented AI into it. So therefore, it gives you a lot of information that you see on the screen. Sometimes it's a little more in depth than you want to know, but for the most part, it'll give you some very, very detailed information. I'm going to do my best to give a demonstration of that.
Is tab bar. Settings. Tab. 5 of. Tab bar. Community.
Let me close it out here right quick.
Active.
Open Be My Eyes.
My eye takes. Analyzing picture. Please wait.
And this is based on internet service too. Sometimes longer, sometimes slow.
A group of 7 black cows is standing in an enclosed grassy area. They are clustered near a metal fence that surrounds the space. One cow has a distinct white patch on its head, and another facing to the right has a white face. The grass inside the enclosure is a mix of green and dry patches with some scattered small plants and weeds. In the background, there are tall trees and a partly cloudy blue sky. The overall setting looks like a farm or pasture.
I'm going to try to get just a little bit closer, and it may read some tag numbers to me. Come on, girl.
Take picture. Analyzing picture. Please wait. A group of black and white cows stands in a metal fence pen on a partly cloudy day. The cow closest to the camera has a white face with black markings, while the rest of its body is mostly black. This cow is looking directly at the camera and has a yellow tag in its right ear with the number 34 on it. The pen contains dry grass with some green weeds and small yellow flowers. Beyond the fence, there is a grassy field with some trees in the distance under a blue sky with scattered clouds.
So as you can see, it'll give you a lot of information. And if I wanted to get more specific, I'm not how,
A group of black and white
being
cows-
AI, you can actually interact.
Message. Text field. Your message. Dictate.
What number did you say the tag
Document.
that ear?
Inserted. What number did you say the tag was in that ear? Message. Clear tag. Send message. Button. Send message. Please wait. Be My AI is writing a Be My AI. The number on the yellow ear tag is 34.
So as you can see, you can be somewhat interactive. And what that usually helps me here on the farm, if I have 4 or 5 cows standing there looking at me, and it gives me about 4 numbers or so, I can say which number is in the middle or which one is on the left, or it'll give me some specific information when it comes to that. There's a lot more other uses with it, just like the seeing a, oh no, I'm sorry, the way around application. I know I'm demonstrating on livestock, which yes, for me in my application, that's great. But you can use it for so many other things. For instance, you have a vegetable farmer that sells their vegetables, but they're visually impaired. There's a multitude of different tags that you can use with the way around application. There's some stickers that, like you've seen, they make buttons that they can put on laundry. They're washable. You can reuse them. Metal tags that you can put on canned foods and such as that. Just for instance, a vegetable farmer, he could program a tag and put it on a bin of frozen, or should say fresh carrots. And it would say, you know, a half-pound carrots, $2 per pound or something like that. So if they couldn't see, they could use it that way. A lot of time when it comes to farm and these applications, Be My Eyes or whatever, you've actually got to use a lot of imagination. It's probably not designed, and I've run into that a lot on my cases. It's not designed to do what I'm trying to do, but it can do it. It's just finding a way to make it happen. So, as with
How-
anybody with
How
farming,
does Be My Eyes work when it's getting evening and not as good of light?
well, you have to kind of touch and go with how the lighting is. What I try to do is get the sun either above me
Pause recognition due to
or
inactivity.
behind me. Is what I try to get the sun where it's not going into my camera. So that does pose issues out on the farm. A lot of times in the shady areas, it'll do very well in shade. But there again, there's no one perfect application.
Jason, have you used the Microsoft app Seeing AI?
Yes, I can demonstrate it pretty quick here. If you'll give me just a moment, I can open it.
That's one that I've played with.
Open Seeing AI.
Be My Eyes.
It just doesn't give as much information as the Seeing AI. I mean, I've got so many of them. The Be My Eyes one.
Seeing AI. Take picture. Recognizing English. Tab bar. Selected. Read. Take picture. Button. Tab bar. Selected. Read. Tab. 1 of 3. Describe. Tab. Select describe. Tab.
See, they've got update.
Grab photo. Switch to front camera. Tab bar. Read. Tab. Selected. Describe. Read. Tab. 1 selected. Describe more. Tab. Read. Tab. 1 selected. Describe. More. Tab. 3 of selected. More. Read. Tab. 1 person. Currency. Find my thing. Color. Light.
See, they've changed. So it will do.
Find my thing. Currency. Person.
I use the currency very often because it does the dollar bills and what have you. So it works very well. But
Product.
since they've actually product,
Close. Button. Face recognition.
see the old way, I can't get it to work for this one here, but the old version of the Seeing AI, it had handwriting, and handwriting worked very well. It would take a picture and process it. It did have a sure text, which more or less you hold it up and it reads whatever's in front of you. It just wouldn't do that with livestock very well. I mean, obviously with text and stationery like letters and mail and stuff like that, it worked very well. But of course,
Jason,
yes,
I have a handwritten note that I just scrawled for myself, and I'm going to show on my camera here quick how Seeing AI will read it.
well, you do that. We're going to cut the camera off and get back in the shade because it's hot.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you, Jason.
Document. Right and bottom edges not visible. Hold steady. Processing. Don't forget to shut off the calf water hose at 4 p.m. today.
So if anybody knows me and my handwriting, that's pretty amazing that Seeing AI could read my scribbled note and change it to text and read it out loud to me. So I found that that's another very useful app. They, like Jason said, they all have kind of their strengths and weaknesses. But the way around app is really nice for identifying items. Could be boxes of medicine, clothing, wrenches, all sorts. And then Seeing AI works really good for taking pictures of text or currency. And Be My Eyes just gives you a really detailed description of everything in the background. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to, when you do a PowerPoint presentation and you want to do alternate text for a picture, taking a picture of it with Be My Eyes will give you a really good description of what's there. But okay, we'll get back to Jason.
Okay, and I'll touch on something with the Be My Eyes I think is relatively new with it. On the volunteers, you can become a volunteer, you can contact them, you can sign up. And I think they just actually started a few months ago that you can create your own Be My Eyes group, meaning a lot of people don't want to share personal information or things with volunteers. They don't know anybody who they are or know anything about them. So what they do is they can contact people within their own group and they feel a lot more secure about doing things. What I've done now, we've already touched on the way around, the Be My Eyes, and a little bit of Seeing AI. I think Ned took care of that for me. Thank you, Ned. But I'm going to touch on now with the Chat GPT. AI is now becoming the wave of the future, and a lot of people find it a little bit intimidating. I tell people, I just talked to a lady that was visually impaired the other night who was really, really wanting to try it, but really, really skeptical about releasing personal information, worried about hacking and all that. And I more or less explained, well, you deal with that every day. If you call somewhere and purchase something over the phone with your credit card, what are you doing? A lot of times you're giving your information to somebody you don't even know. So, it's just the way the world is these days. There's no perfect way. If somebody wants your information, they're going to get it. So what I'm going to do now, ChatGPT now has become my go-to on a lot of detailed information. If there's something you wonder if it will know, then all you have to do is ask it. And I've not found anything yet that it doesn't know the answer to. Is it 100%? No, but how many humans are 100%? So,
Jason, it looks like maybe Michael's finger is in front of the lens.
Oh,
There
I'm
we
sorry.
go. Thank you.
Okay, how about now?
Looks good. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you told me. His finger looks better than mine.
Sorry.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the Chat GPT. And what I do, it uses voice. I use Chat GPT Plus. It's $20 a month. It actually allows you to use your camera, and what you see, it sees. So I'm going to start now.
Message. Exploring. Alternative energy required. Pairing. Exploring. Tips board. Message. Text dictation. Switch dictation. Explore. Tips board. Find. Best tweet. Understanding. Message. Dictation. Switch to voice mode. Switch to voice.
Here we go. Finally. And you'll discover what the name of my Chat GPT is. Hello, Miss Daisy. Oh, try it again. The internet service is a little weak here.
No worries at all, Doug. I'll just keep on chatting nice and easy. If the connection's a bit wobbly, I'll hang in there with you. Just let me know if I need to repeat anything, all right?
Well, you know the Zoom call I was telling you about?
Absolutely, Doug. I remember we talked about that Zoom call demo today, and I'm all set to help you out with it. Just let me know what you need, and we'll make sure everything goes nice and smooth.
Okay, I'm going to open up my video camera and I'm going to let you see what I see, and then you can give me some descriptions of things here on the farm. We've got a pretty good crowd of people, and it's time for you to try to impress some people.
You got it, Doug. Go ahead and fire up that camera, and I'll do my best to help the show I'll make sure they get audio. So what's going on video camera? And switch button. Impress the crowd a little bit. Let's have some fun with it.
Don't use for live navigation or decision set. Resume.
All right, what do you see here?
All right, Doc. I can see a big old green mower right then. It looks like maybe a John Deere rotary cutter sitting in a nice patch of field that's been mowed down. And I see some folks gathered around watching. Everything looks good, so just let me know what else you want me to point out.
Can you tell about what size that bush hog is?
Absolutely. So from what I can see, that bush hog looks like it's around a 6-footer. Pretty standard size for a rotary cutter. Got that classic John Deere green and looks like it's doing a nice job on the field there. If you need more detail, just holler.
Well, actually, it's a 10-foot, but it's hard to tell at this angle, that's for sure. If I've got a 10-foot heavy-duty John Deere bush hog, what model number would that be?
I gotcha. Thanks for letting me know. If you're looking at a 10-foot heavy-duty John Deere bush hog, it's probably something like the John Deere MX10 or HX10 model, depending on the series. Those are pretty common 10-foot cutters from John Deere. And you're right, sometimes the angle makes it tricky to judge size, but we got it figured out.
Yep, and you're right, it is an HX10. All righty, I'm going to rotate around here. And what do you see there in front?
All right, Duck. Yep, as you're panning around, I can see a nice wide open field in front of you. Looks like you've got some more equipment out there, maybe a hay rake or some other tools in the distance. And I see a few folks standing by too. Everything looks like a good old farm gathering. Let me know if you need any more details on what I'm seeing.
Not sure where you're seeing other people, but I'll take your word for it. I'm the one that can't see well.
My apologies, Duck. It might have just been a trick of the light or some equipment that looked a bit like folks standing around. Either way, we'll keep it all good. If there's anything else you want me to double check or point out, let me know.
Well, let's see here how good you are here with some pretty older equipment. I've got a unit right here. Can you tell what that is?
All right, let me take a look for you, Doc. So from what I'm seeing, that looks like an older tractor, kind of a classic green, maybe a Deutz-Fahr, something along those lines. It's definitely got that vintage look, and it's hitched up to some equipment behind it. So you're definitely showing off a nice piece of older farm gear there. Let me know if that's what you're looking for.
That's exactly right. It is a Deutz tractor. That's correct.
Well, perfect. Glad I got it right. And it's always fun to see some of those older classics still doing their thing out in the field. And if there's anything else you want me to describe, or if you've got more to shout, just let me know.
Well, I do have a John Deere 5525, and I want to change the oil in it. Can you give me the John Deere part number for that oil filter?
Absolutely, Doc. For your John Deere 5525, the oil filter part number you're looking for is typically an RE504836. That should be 1 minute model, and you should be all set to do.
All right, and I'll do one more last example here. Do you remember last week when we were talking about my Polaris Ranger? Can you remember what year model that was? I told you.
I sure do, Doc. You gave me a little memory test and mentioned it was a 2014 Polaris 570, and you even said there was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the glove box on that day. So I've got it all noted down. Let me know if I passed the test.
Well, it looks like you did very well. You answered about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I forgot about it.
Jason,
Glad I can help you a little bit, Doc. It's always fun to keep track of those little details. If there's anything else you need or any more tests you want to throw my way, just holler. I'm always here to help out.
Tell you what, I'm going to let somebody else. Hey, Ned, you're here
Yeah.
on the other. Can you ask her a question?
yeah, I was just wondering, did Duck teach you to be so folksy?
Question my way. I'll do my best.
Or, yeah,
Always
did Duck
me to.
teach you to be so folksy, or is that just how you are?
Do what? Are you talking to me or her?
Hey, I'm asking her.
Haha, well, if that's for me, I'll say I just like to keep things friendly and a little folksy for sure. I guess it comes with the territory. I'm chatting with y'all. I'm happy to adapt to whatever style you like, so y'all just let me know.
Welcome to the South.
Now.
Well, thank you kindly. I'm definitely feeling right at home chatting with y'all. Always a pleasure to bring a little Southern charm into the mix. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Tell them how you came up with the name Daisy. I didn't give that to you. You did it yourself.
Oh, absolutely. So the name Daisy came up because you wanted something that mixed a bit of duck and AI and had a nice friendly ring to it. We landed on Daisy as sort of a playful acronym, Ducks AI Smart Yielder. It just felt like a good fit.
Ducks AI Support Yielder. Was that correct?
We are pretty close. It was Ducks AI Smart Yielder. But you know what? It all works out just fine. The main thing is that Daisy stuck, and it's a name we both liked. So that's what counts.
All right. Well, I think that's got us a good test of ChatGPT today, and I will talk to you later, dear. Have a great day. Go figure.
You got it, Deck. I'm glad I can help out, and it was a lot of fun. You have yourself a wonderful day, too, and just give me a holler whenever you need. Take care.
App switcher.
All right, everybody. I think that's gave me a pretty good rundown on things that I do here on the farm. This was the test. Like I said, the ChatGPT, for those, again, I want to touch base. They do have a free download, but it is extremely limited with ChatGPT Plus. This is a 4.0. I think now they have a 5.0. I've not updated just yet, but it's $20 a month, and it gives you the functionality to use your camera. It gives you a lot more ways to prompt. The secret that I've discovered about AI and ChatGPT especially, and I'm not promoting one specific one. This one works. You have Google Gemini, Perplexity. There's just so many of them out there, but these are some of the most popular ones. But prompting is the key. You have to ask the right questions in the right way. Just for example, quickly, I had a Krone AMR 280 disc mower, and I had a seal that started leaking. I asked Daisy, I said, do I have to completely disassemble the gearbox to replace that seal? And she said, yes, unfortunately, you have to do that. And after I did a little more research to cross-reference, I went back to her and I said, okay, wait a minute. if I need to replace the front seal on the PTO gear shaft or gearbox on my AMR 280, do I have to disassemble the gearbox? And her response was no. All you need is a seal puller or just a couple of small screwdrivers to pry the seal out. Just make sure you don't score or scratch the housing, and just be easy with it and just tap the new one back in. So she gave me all that information. Again, the key thing is if you think it don't know, then ask, because I will tell you, majority of the time she's got the answers, and majority of the time she's right. Of course, it is a female voice, so of course she's going to be right majority of the time. So if you
Hey,
got any
Jason.
questions, let me know.
Somebody was wondering how far the AI data center is away from you.
I have no clue. I would, if I would dare say, is infinite information that it can store. I'd say there's multiple databases scattered throughout the country and probably even overseas. I think ChatGPT, which is from OpenAI, I think, if I'm correct, they're based out of California. So there are others out there, but that's the thing of the future now. And you probably see it on the news. They're just constantly increasing the database storage. And the thing about AI, if you can't tell, it learns the more information you feed it. Just for example, with the the Polaris Ranger, it actually told me what I told it last week. In fact,
Yeah.
I wish I could have done this. I did, and Paul knows this. I did an electrical job back in December, and it will still call up the conversation we had and how she helped me. So it's got just, I don't know how much information it can store, but it's just crazy. I actually have a YouTube channel. Some of you may or may not know about it. It's called Farming Blind with Duck. And the reason I created that channel is just for people like yourself, or if you know of somebody that wants to know more. I have videos where I use a lot of different assistive technologies here on the farm. So that gives everybody an opportunity to see some real time action and see how it's working. And that's the beauty part about doing this farm visit outdoors and in real time. It's better than a seminar setting, a classroom, a conference hall. You can see how this works. In a seminar room, we can make it work as perfect as possible. When you get out on the farm, nothing always goes the way it should.
Oh, I got a question, Jason.
Yes.
Last week when we practiced with this, you took Daisy and asked her what model your side-by-side utility vehicle was, or what year it was. She got it wrong. If you went and asked her again, would she get it right because she remembers last week's conversation?
Probably. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. We've got some time here, so let me see if I can open it back up. I closed it out.
Or another thing, you could just ask her again what size your brush hog is. She got it wrong 15 minutes ago. See if she remembers what it is.
Open ChatGPT.
Tap N, tap L, tap P. New message. Switch to voice mode. Switch to voice. Connect. Button.
Hello, dear. I'm back again. Oh, it's still connected. Internet's a little weak here.
Now.
Here we go. Hey, can you hear me now? Welcome to the country. Hello, Daisy.
Button.
Hey there, Doug. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear now. Welcome to that good old country signal life. Sometimes a little patchy, but we make it work just fine. Let me know what you need.
Okay. The other day when I asked you what year model my Polaris Ranger was, how did you tell me to find out exactly where did I need to look on the machine itself to figure that out?
Sure thing. So the other day I mentioned you can usually find the model year info by checking the VIN or serial number plate on a Polaris Ranger that's usually located on the frame, often around the front left wheel well, or sometimes on the passenger side frame rail. Once you find that number, you can decode it to get the exact year. So that's where you look.
Okay, I want to put your memory to the real test. Back in December when I was doing the electrical work in my shop, what was it you specifically helped me do?
Putting me on the spot, I see. Well, back in December, you had me help you figure out the wiring for that garage outlet project. We talked about the wire colors and making sure the receptacle was heavy duty and properly rated. So that was the main thing we worked on, making sure everything was wired up safe and sound. Hope that jogs your memory.
Oh, I got my memories fine. I'm testing yours.
Haha, fair enough, Doug. Well, I'm always up for a good memory test, so you just keep them coming whenever you want. It's all in good fun.
Okay. What size was that bush hog I showed you all ago?
You bet, Doug. That was a 10-foot John Deere HX10 bush hog you showed me earlier. You had me guessing a bit at first, but we got it right in the end. Let me know if I passed that test.
Yeah, I think you're impressing everybody. So let everybody know how you get information. Can I teach you as much as you teach me?
Well, I'm mighty glad to hear I'm impressing folks. The way it works is I've been trained on a whole lot of information, and I can also look things up if I need to. So it's kind of like a big conversation where we both learn from each other. You definitely teach me a lot too, especially about all your farm equipment and the ways you do things. So it's a two-way street, and I'm always learning right along with you.
So how far away is this information from my location? Where is your database located around?
Well, Doc, it's kind of like I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time. All this information is stored in big data centers that could be anywhere around the world. So when you ask me something, I'm just pulling it from that cloud of knowledge and bringing it right to you. So it might be a long way off physically, but it gets to you in a blink.
Okay, who's better, you or Google Gemini?
Oh, Doc, you're trying to stir up a friendly rivalry here. Well, I like to think we both have our strengths. I'm here to be as helpful and personable as I can for you, and Google Gemini's got its own specialties too. So let's just say I'm the S to be in Daisy for you, and we'll leave it at that.
Okay, I can't get no argument out of you. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I've got any questions. Ned, do you have any more questions?
I just wonder if Paul could open it up if other people wanted to ask questions. We got about 10 minutes left.
Sure. If you want to ask questions through chat, you're welcome to do that. And if you want to raise your hand, we can try to unmute you, and maybe you can talk to Daisy directly. I don't know if she can hear everybody that well, but you're welcome to give it your best shot.
Absolutely, Doug. All ears, well, virtually speaking. If anyone else wants to hop in and ask a question, I'm happy to chat with them too. We'll just roll with it and have a good time.
Speak now.
Does Daisy open the camera so that you can just point it, or do you have to open the camera app first?
It actually has a video application or app button. I have to open the video itself. I can close it and open it at will. And it also has the ability for me to mute the microphone. The only downside as far as utilizing with the voice is if you're in a crowded room, it's very, very hard for her to pick up one specific information. Now, it does have a text prompt. You don't have to talk to it like I do. You can actually enter in information in the text box, and actually that gives you probably more information than what she can spit out, but it's still the same database. It just actually gives you the opportunity to read, or your voiceover on your phone to read all that information. So I have done that before, and it gave me a lot more knowledge. So if you want to get more in depth, you can go in the text box and use dictation, enter your question in, and it will definitely spit a lot more information out. But it also it'll give you, as speaking, it'll speak some of the punctuations and the ellipses that it uses, dot, 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 and things like that. So it does get kind of monotonous if you're using the voiceover. But if you're just reading the text and you're well cited, then absolutely, it can give you a lot of information.
Do you take the $20 a month as a business expense on your farm so that you can use her to work?
Well, I guess I could, but I consider this is personal time. So, but no, I mean, I could. I haven't done that, but I think actually it does come off of through my QuickBooks. So I think it does go in as something of that order.
Okay. There's a question about
Rundown deck, and yep, you can definitely just type questions
with handwritten text.
Audio.
How do we keep personal information safe when it can just read signatures and social security numbers and everything?
I'm sorry, Ned. Daisy was blapping her mouth. I had to shut her down a minute. What was you saying?
Yeah, there was just a question about for handwriting with personal information, how do we keep it safe? Like signatures and social security numbers and things. Like I had this handwritten note here, and machines AI just reads it pretty easily. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just goes with technology now. I mean, if you put it out there, I mean, there's always that opportunity. I mean, there's people who can actually, I'm sure I know this confidently. I just say that there's people that can sit there and listen to your phone calls. And, it's just with a day of technology and access the way it is, you are opening the door. So it's kind of where, it's, cost versus benefit per se. If you're going to do it, you're just taking a chance. So I wouldn't, I wouldn't give Daisy my social security number, or I wouldn't give her a credit card number or something like that. So if does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah. Now you were talking about maybe using Chat GPT instead of the Way Around app because when you give vaccinations, you could just say, it's August 20th, and I just gave a 9-way vaccination to calf number 17, and she was born on this date.
Yeah, and in theory, that's what my loan and Lord willing, and what we say, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. If we have another NTW next year, I'm hoping to maybe do a little more in-depth AI demonstration there, and that's kind of hypothetically where I want to go with this. If I vaccinate my cattle, just like I had number 93 in there, just like I did with the experiment with Daisy and the UTV and the peanut butter jelly sandwich. I would just say, okay, Daisy, I just vaccinated number 93, a black cow. I gave her so many cc's of penicillin, so many cc's of black leg medicine. I put a fly tag in her right ear, and I did this on May 15th of 2025. Hold that, save it for me. And she should save it. And then say, for instance, number 93 has a calf. Okay, Daisy, number 93 just had a calf on November 15th. It's now a steer calf. It's black in color, and that calf number is 15. Save that for me. And in a perfect world, 6 months later, or when I get ready to start going through my cattle, I'm like, hey, there's Daisy, there's number 93. What calf belongs to her? And it should say, a black steer, number 15, and it was born on such and such day. And that's what my long range goals is as far as being able to store this information. And this is just livestock. Again, we can do it with you can do it with anything, vegetables, any information you want to put. It should be able to store it and keep it pretty much indefinitely. And I did ask her that question. It's always good to have a hard copy backup somewhere. That's where I do utilize my notes application on my phone. That's where I keep a lot of that stored in hand, and then I can save it. So I've got two places I can keep up with it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Does Chat GPT have any kind of a backup option that you could get your data out?
I don't know if there's any kind of quick recovery or recovery status on it. We'd have to dig into it. And then, like I said, if we pull something off for NTW next year, hopefully I'll have those answers. And this goes for anybody that's in this meeting. If you have questions that you'd like to know, by all means, contact me, send me an email, text message, or whatever, and I'll put it on the list, and I'll just kind of make a notation of that, and I'll either have your answer then, or I'll be getting it as soon as I can.
So you could ask Chat GPT right now, is there a way I could get a backup of all this?
Okay, I just closed it. Hang on, I think I still have it.
Mute audio.
And another question was whether it'll save photos. Will it save images?
Hey, Daisy, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Doug. And to answer that question, I don't actually save any images once we're done chatting. If you show me a photo during your conversation, I can help you out with it in a moment, but I don't keep it afterward. So your images stay private and nothing's saved on my end.
Okay, so as far as privacy, if I gave you my social security number, which I'm not going to do that, I don't trust you that much, how secure is that?
Well, Doug, I appreciate the trust, but designed not to store any sensitive personal information like that. So even if you did slip up and tell me, I wouldn't keep it. Everything's designed to be private and secure, but it's always a good idea not to share that kind of info anywhere you don't have to.
Okay, let's say just for the instance about the cattle information I was talking to you about. How long do you store that in your memory, and do I have an emergency way to recall that in case, God help, you pass out?
Absolutely, Doug. So when you share info like about your cattle or other details you want me to remember, I can hold on to that as long as you like. If you ever need to recall it or if you forget, you can just ask me and I'll bring it back up for you. And if you ever want me to forget something, you can tell me that too. So I'm here to help you keep track of things for as long as you need.
Well, what if you forget it and I forget it? How do I get it as a backup?
Well, Doug, rest assured that if I've got it noted down, it's not going anywhere unless you ask me to forget it. So even if you forget something on your end, you can just ask me to remind you and I'll be able to pull it right back up. In other words, I've got your backup brain covered.
All right, then. Well, Ned, does that answer your question?
It does, and I think we're about at the end of our time. But I really want to thank you, Jason and Michael. Once again, excellent job with the video camera. I don't know how you did such a good job following along, Michael, but it was great. So,
Well, thank you. I'm still new at the Zoom thing, so
all right.
but thank you though.
I echo those thanks and appreciation, and appreciate all your work today, especially out in that warm Tennessee weather. And
Luckily,
Ned,
it
thank you
clouded
also
up
for
about
your-
the time this started, so it's actually cooled off a little. Thank the Lord.
Okay. That's good to know. It looks like you might. I don't know if you're going to get rain or not, but anyway.
Well, we had a little shower about the time the meeting started. I thought that we haven't had rain here in a week, and I thought, oh, sure, about the time the meeting starts.
And thanks to everybody that has joined us today. Again, if you take a minute to answer the survey questions, we'd appreciate that. And our next session, September 17, is Boots to Business Overview. Boots to Business is a program for veterans that are transitioning into new employment, specifically in this case, agriculture, run by the Small Business Administration and also cooperative effort with the USDA. So we hope you'll join us. You should be getting a notification about that if you registered for this webinar. With that, I'll say thank you again to our presenters and wish everybody a good rest of the day.
Thanks, everyone.